Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
From Mount Sinai High School here in Suffolk County, the Varsity Media Sports Network presents this huge Suffolk Division II showdown between the Mustangs of Mount Sinai and the visiting Golden Flashes of Sayville. Today's game is sponsored by On Island Time. It's a premier grocery service specializing in creating a one-stop shop for all your vacation needs on Fire Island. We shop, transport, stock, and stow your home prior to your arrival. Enjoy the vacation that you have been waiting for as soon as you step foot onto the island. Ready, set, let's go. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler with the legend, Al Bertolone. And Al, even before we jumped on this broadcast, we were so excited about this matchup. It's a really fun one between two of the top teams in Class C. Obviously, Bayport Blue Point is right now the trendsetters, but these two teams are right there in that mix.
Yeah, there's going to be a great battle here as people start positioning for the playoffs, home field advantage and things like that. This would be a big win for Mount Sinai. It would probably catapult them up in the rankings into that 2-3 spot. And Sayville, you know, if they win this game, it positions them well maybe for the 2 seed. And
we'll show you those current standings in Suffolk Division. Now remember, too, as well, there's a breakup in the playoffs, so teams like Eastport, South Manor, they're a B, but so many of these teams here in the top 8 are C Division schools, and we've said it from the very beginning, the C, it's a gauntlet to run through it, and you see at the very top, Bayport undefeated, right behind them, West Hampton, but then you got Sayville, Rocky Point, West Islip, and Mount Sinai. So both of these teams right now having a good run as well. Sayville's won 7 in a row. Mount Sinai's won 4 in a row. So two teams late in the regular season seemingly hitting their form.
Yeah, it's going to be quite an end to the season. I know there are going to be a lot of great Division II matchups down the stretch here. And like I said, it's going to really be critical in the positional setups for home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
So Sayville, as we mentioned, 7 wins in a row coming to Mount Sinai, and they've been a very balanced team, especially on attack, and they do return some special players on the other side of the ball. Let's take a look at 2 of our players to watch now, Al, and 2 names that are synonymous, right, throughout the sport of girls lacrosse. Taylor Haas, of course, going to Johns Hopkins, really balanced numbers, 30 and 24 on the season. Of course, sister Brooke, a 2-time All-American at Sayville, currently at Penn State. And then Courtney Thornton has taken over that role of that top defender where Natalie Najada was a year ago. So both of these players will be critical to the Golden Flash's success here this afternoon.
Yeah, Taylor Haas, classic left-handed attacker, does a great job on that side, coming around that edge. And Thornton is, she's a special lockdown defender. You know, I had the opportunity to work with her team with the Yellow Jackets, that 24 Wiener team. She had a great career with us, but she's going to move on and be a great lockdown defender at the collegiate level.
Yeah, she'll go on and play her lacrosse at Jacksonville. And a year ago, more of a low defender. This year, taking on that role of defending up top. So it'll be interesting to see Thornton and dealing with a very dangerous Mount Sinai attack. As you mentioned, the Mustangs 7-3. They're 4 wins in a row. They started 3-3. Tough competition early on. They had to figure some things out, especially between the 30s. But they've done a great job of that. And 2 players that they will rely on here today are our players to watch. And no surprise here, it is Alexa Spallina on the attack and Abby Sabella on the other side of the ball. There's been other players who have stepped up and had big roles. We'll continue to talk about them as the game goes on. But Spallina you see the balance there as well, right? 23-26 as at QB, and Sabella, a terrific lockdown defender as well.
Yeah, Lex is doing a great job. She's the quarterback of this offense. She's got great vision. She's able to put the ball right on someone's stick. She drops dimes in there. And Abby Sabella, she's a senior defender. I mean, really coming into her own in her senior year, becoming a lockdown, and she's really helped them tremendously in the clearing game.
And you know what's pretty exciting, too? Maybe we'll see our players to watch on both sides
yeah.
match up.
Yeah,
Let's go.
There's a good chance.
So Mount Sinai, this is senior day as well. So you mentioned Sabella, a special day for her and her family among the other seniors as well.
Yeah, it is. The two that stand out to me the most would be, Sabella's the end of the line. She's the youngest daughter in that family. You know, Raina played for me. Raina's coaching the team now. And then the other one would be Flobeck, the two Flobeck twins. When I started here, they were little rugrats running all over the field and whatnot. And now they're seniors, and they're moving on to the next level. So it's, a lot of history here.
No doubt about it. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First, for the visitors from Sayville. And your attack line, as we mentioned before, you've got Haas, Anna Meserve, Kelsey Restivo, and Abby Galaris. You've got three seniors there with Haas, Meserve, and Restivo, and all future collegiate players as well. Meserve going to Southern Connecticut, Restivo, Trinity as well. Your midfield, you've got workhorses there, and you need to have that type of player. McKenna Farrell, the junior, Sophia Cangelosi, just the sophomore, and a really special freshman in Sophia Baffardi as well. She'll be the draw control player there as well. And on defense, you've got Thornton, we mentioned her before, Olivia Redden, who will join her at Jacksonville as well. Delaney Lutz, a junior bound for Lafayette, and Lucy Livingston is the young one among that group, just a sophomore, but she's been on the radar for a few years.
She's on the radar. She's one of the better defenders in the class, the 25 on the island. But I'm going to tell you something today. Watch the kid Baffardi. The kid doesn't play like a freshman.
No, she does not. She is special. 18 goals, 8 assists on the year.
She does a lot of tremendous things in the middle of the field, especially at the draw.
She does. And in the cage, another special one as well who doesn't play like her age, and that's Julia Lilienthal, the freshman. 45 saves on the season. Last year backed up Jess Harkleroad, who's at St. Leo's, D2, but a really, really talented lefty. This is what she does 12 months out of the year.
Yeah, she's a really good one. She's a special one. Great kid, great work ethic, and her advantage is she's left-handed, and I think in a game like tonight, she could prove to be a difference maker.
So that's the lineup for Sayville, and their head coach in his 11th season is Adam Snitkin, a 1994 graduate of Sachem. Was 7 years as an assistant coach, played rugby at Ithaca. Hey, Mom Tina, she's somewhere over here taking pictures on the sidelines.
She's his photographer, yeah.
You love that. And his assistant coach is Mark Russell.
Yeah, Mark's a really, really good guy, hard worker, big name in the lacrosse community.
Let's take a look now at Mount Sinai's starting lineup. Mustangs, as we mentioned before, 7-3 on the season, and it's largely unchanged from previous games. And listen, when you're winning games, why change things, right? You got Spalina, Taylor Klein bound for Brown, Leah Flobeck, as well as Sophia Mazzone, just a freshman, but another player who plays bigger than her year. In the midfield, you've got Kaylee Carinante, Cassidy Millen, and Peyton Choma. Love Choma's game, man. She's back from those knee injuries and such a danger on both sides of the ball. Defensively, you mentioned Sabella. You've also got Sarah Blandy, who will play at Sacred Heart, Ava Schertzer, and Kyla Orlando. And in the cage for Mount Sinai is another really good one, going to Arizona State. It is Sarah Flobeck, the twin, having a terrific season as well.
She's having a wonderful season, and she's been a difference maker on their side most of the year. She's come up with big saves and big pressure moments. The other one that I think you could really take a peek at here is the Carinante kid in the middle of the field. She's starting to really be that kid that takes over between the 30s, and she could prove to be a difference here tonight.
The head coach of Mount Sinai, no stranger to this program, certainly is Shayna Pareca. In her first season, a 2014 grad of Mount Sinai, 2018 at Florida, a tremendous 5-year career here at Mount Sinai. for the man here to my left as her head coach. Assistant coaches, another one coming back and joining the coaching staff, trying to coach the next generation, is Rain Isabella. And listen, you need a dad as part of the staff, right? So Dad, Joe Parecka, the volunteer assistant.
Joe is an outstanding assistant coach for them because he can provide some of that stability. But these two, when the program turned over, we were able to get Shayna the job, and then Raina came in. The program's in really good hands.
And that was always, as you just said, that was always kind of the plan, right? When you stepped aside and
yeah, I mean, a lot of people, they always ask me why and this and that. And after the heart surgery, I might have jumped the gun a little bit. My wife pressed me, and she said maybe it's time that you move on and everything. And I kind of went with it because we had Shayna in the wings right now and right here, and they made the move and they got her the teaching job, which is really the way it had to be. So she got the teaching job here. We're hoping that Raina comes in and gets a teaching job, and the next thing they can maintain the culture of the program.
And Raina's bringing that Division I Stony Brook defense there as well.
Absolutely. Yeah,
so it's a different look.
Yeah, these two for young coaches, they have their systems. They work hard at it. They understand what it takes. They played here. They understand the pressure of what it means to be a Mount Sinai lacrosse player. Program's in great hands. Love it to death that these guys took over.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game for both teams. For Mount Sinai, you got to win the middle of the field. That means draws and ride. You have to be disciplined offensively, which means controlling the ball, and also you want to limit unforced turnovers. And for Sayville, their three keys: you want to play smart, disciplined on the defensive side, also limiting turnovers, and a smart, patient set offensively. Again, it's a zone look, right? So it's going to be difficult. You can't force things. You got to stay patient, find your cutters, and get those smart shots.
Yeah, and that's really what the lowdown is going to be. Mount Sinai, traditionally here, we've always played the zone. Raina does a great job with it. Sayville's going to have to be patient. They're going to have to move the ball around the edge and wait for their looks. And I just think this Mount Sinai attack, depending on the matchups down low, they've got to, if they're going to win this game, they've got to get some numbers out of those two low attackers, especially Flobeck and Spallina.
So it is Sayville, and it is Mount Sinai. Should be a fun one here in Suffolk Division II. We'll take a quick break, and we'll get the opening draw when we return right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
We welcome you back to Mount Sinai. Dylan Butler, Al Bertolone here with you for this tremendous Suffolk Division II showdown. These two teams will go on and play in the C playoffs this year, and certainly, as we mentioned at the very top, you know, Bayport is having that special year, but these are two teams that should be right in the mix, along with the West Hampton as well, and the C's are always fun.
The C's are tough. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting the last couple of weeks of the season to see how these things float out.
All right, here we go. Opening draw. It's Baffardi, you see, in the dark-colored jersey. And I think it's Taylor Klein. It's either Klein or...
It's Klein.
Yep. And the opening draw goes to Mount Sinai. And it's Klein leading the attack. You were mentioning off air just sort of the interest. You could see how the field is sunbathed right now, and it's a sun that could be troublesome right now for Mount Sinai, at least defensively, in this first half.
In this first half, that sun is in the eyes of whoever's playing on this side of the field. We always just found that the goalie down on that side has a little bit of a disadvantage.
Ground ball scooped up by Spallina. Looks the back, her defender down, spins, turns again the other way, backs it out.
It was a really good defensive play there on Taylor Klein Dodge. They forced the ball out.
Now a split dodge for Klein, took a hit up high, so she'll have an 8-meter.
Yeah, she forced her way in there, close to a charge.
So here comes Klein.
This is an early, let's see what happens here.
Against Lilienthal. Klein. And that one was wide.
Wide, off stick side. Goalie hung tough right in the middle of the cage, forced a wide shot.
And Sayville has that really good mix, I think, of veterans. And there's the dunk in front.
Another save.
Yeah, that was Peyton Shoma who attacked the cage.
Yep.
And now we'll see.
It was a good look. Remember what I told you about the lefty goalie matching up, you know?
And
Get a little transition here.
Yeah, here comes Sayville.
Yeah.
Smart, backing it up. And up top is Sophia Cangelosi. Hands off to Baffardi. And you're right, first glance at her, she does not look the part of a freshman.
No, she does not. She's going to be one of the more special kids to come off the island.
Tried to feed her in front. That was Restivo with the pass.
A little high, but you can see their game right away. She's a big, tall kid. They tried to get her loose on the backdoor cut.
And you always talk about those juice moments as well. When she wins a few draws in a row, it really gets her teammates going. And even as a freshman, has a little bit of that leadership role on this team.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them that play on this Yellow Jacket, first team for us. And it's a very, very good group of kids. I know Lilienthal plays on it. Sophia Masson plays on it for Mount Sinai. Baffardi plays on it. Just a bunch of high-level young ladies. Mount Sinai kind of slowing it down here, trying to get themselves set.
Mazzone pushes it up top to Millen. Now they'll look to maybe dodge from there.
We're on a little bit of a weave here.
Here's Klein again. Feeds the crease.
Oof.
And that shot, I couldn't tell if Lilienthal got a piece.
I thought she got a piece of it, man.
And no backup, so Sayville will get the ball. We'll see how aggressive this ride is.
They're dropping. They're running a deep ride. Just about everybody does it now. Kind of slow people up, trying to get them pinned between the 30 and the 40. Does a nice job on the clear.
And now Sayville will go onto attack for the second time. First time they tried to feed Baffardi at the crease. Let's see what the Golden Flashes have in mind here.
That was a nice job on the clear by Cangelosi.
Yeah, Sophia, the sophomore, was on JV a year ago. She's been a pleasant surprise just in how quickly she's been able to acclimate to the speed of the varsity game.
Yeah, she handled herself through the midfield very well there. Dodged a few people. Nice job.
Up top, Baffardi switches hands.
All right, so they went with the skip pass from one side to the other, and they caught Chomer in shooting space. So this is a great opportunity for Sayville.
And it's exactly the person you want to have the ball in Baffardi. Baffardi goes to the cage, ducks it under, and gets the goal.
Well done placement. She got deep on the free position shot.
So for Baffardi, the freshman, her 19th goal of the year. We'll show it to you.
Yeah, watch her duck under the stick side pressure here, which is really the key. She goes under the stick side pressure, and she comes back and bang.
So Sayville takes the early 1-0 lead on Baffardi's 19th goal of the year. She's someone who's just so coachable. She listens to everything the coaching staff says. She understands the game. We mentioned before, like the juice moments, the winning draws, those jump shots that she scores on. Just incredibly talented. But then she also brings it on the other side. She'll play defense as she's continuing to learn this system on offense. She doesn't force anything either, just kind of lets the game come to her as well.
Pretty good lax IQ.
Yeah.
But she's a real quality two-way midfielder. You know what I'm saying? Playing both offense and defense. All right, we're going to get a foul here on Sayville and Mount Sinai possession.
So Klein with 2 draw control wins, and now we'll see if Mount Sinai can answer back.
Mount Sinai's had a couple of good looks here.
Yeah, Lilienthal, we mentioned, a couple saves.
Let's see if they can solve this kid now.
Spallina.
They're doing a nice job of just creating a wall with their slides and not letting her get to the goal. Pretty good 1v1 defense, which is the trademark of Sayville. I think Adam does a great job with his man-to-man concepts and his.
Here's Leah flow back.
This is a good matchup. Let's see if they take advantage of it.
Carinante dodges, shoots low, and scores.
That's what I told you. Carinante is a kid that maybe hasn't been a primary here, but I think she comes up with a pretty good matchup here. And she She beats her stick side clean down the alley.
Here you see it again.
Boom. And then a real quality shot.
That was a great step, too,
Yeah.
where she stepped to her right, created the separation.
Yeah.
And the Pitt-bound junior scores her 6th goal of the year.
She's somebody that I think as they move on for the rest of the season that she's going to have to expand her role, because you'll see how people really, they're bottom heavy on those attackers. They need somebody to kind of lighten it up a little bit up top.
And she's that true two-way midi.
Yes.
A little bit of everything. Clearing machine, great in the circle, solid defense. You see that she contributes on offense as well. And Baffardi will win this one.
That's a clean win. Yeah, she's 30 between the 30s, as we say. She's that kind of kid.
Wasn't sure how early we'd get that in. We got that in the first 6 minutes. That's impressive, Al.
You like that? It's a go-to phrase, right?
It is. Here's Sophia Cangelosi. Also doesn't look like she's a sophomore, does she?
No. I tell you what, the youth movement in our county is ridiculous. The 9th and 10th grade class was two of the better classes back-to-back in a long time. Very deep.
Another feed to the crease. This time the attempt was to Galaris.
Yes.
Lost it, then she gets it back.
Yeah, Haas did a great job of drawing that crease defender out off the zone, but they got a good backside slide on Galaris in the middle.
So off the restart.
See, watch how the zone moves. So you got to,
And to attack it, you need a lot of off-ball movement, as you see Sayville doing there.
Yeah.
Another tough feed to the crease.
Yeah, they're just holding on to the ball too long.
Another ground ball. This one, it goes across as well. And
it's a foul.
It will be a foul. As I say, I think it was Galaris again who got hit.
Yeah, they're kind of posting her up inside. The real secret to the zone is that you really can't, you have to keep ball pressure on the ball so they can't see that backside look. And right now they're kind of really getting the ball to that offside.
So it's Galaris against Flobeck. How quickly can those defenders emerge? And she passes it up to Haas. Attacks it from the goal line extended, and she'll get hit as well. And actually, I think that was Restivo.
It was Restivo on the sneak coming around the cage on the free position shot. I mean, she was defensed pretty well. I mean, she got fouled, but this isn't a bad spot for Sinai to be in.
Here's a tough angle.
See what she's got to duck under that first defender.
Restivo goes to the cage, a similar move, and she finishes there, and Sayville's got a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, if you watch the replay on that, you'll see it. I mean, this is coached, too. This is what people have to do on free position shots. You've got to go underneath the stick side defender, okay? Watch what she does. She gets a nice jump, but she goes under, and then she brings the stick back, and then there's no secondary pressure, so she has her choice of spots,
For Restivo, goal number 28 for the workhorse, the team player. She's one of those who does anything she can for the team, works hard in the ride. She's getting to the cage a bit better this year. She's worked on her shot, and she's learned to play her overall game at a higher level.
Yeah, the thing is, though, man, teams that finish those free positions, it's like foul shots in basketball. You got to have you got to finish those. They've done a nice job so far in two of them.
A switch there from Mount Sinai with Spallina taking that draw.
Yeah, that's a tough non-call. Okay, Sinai ball on the scramble on the sideline. They called a foul.
So let's see the response here from the Mustangs. They've given up two very similar.
Yeah, free position shots. 2 fouls inside the 8.
And there's Leah Flobeck. She'll play at Florida. Feed, the switching hand, the lefty shot, and that was defended really well. The attempt was taken by Choma.
Yeah, I would have thought that should have been a foul that affected the shot.
And now Spallina in her office will work from there. Rounds the cage, fires and scores.
All right, so the defender on Spallina doesn't really pick her up quick enough. check out the replay here. You'll see her sneak to the left side. See, boom. She gets underneath number 3, which is Olivia Redden, and that's an easy one for her.
Yeah, he caught Redden looking one way, and then as soon as that happened, she hit third gear and scored that goal for Spalina, her 24th goal of the year, and we are tied at 2.
Well, I want to tell you something, man. When you asked me about this game and helping you out, I thought it was going to be an entertaining game, and it's living up to its billing right now.
100%. Spalina back to the draw control circle against Baffardi. Again, these are 2 of the top players in their class.
26 on one side and a 25 on the other side.
And similar mentalities as well between the 2 of them.
Nice job on the ground ball.
And so far, Sayville, even when they've attacked the ball, as there's a foul and there's a late one as well.
We're getting a yellow card on a slash here, I believe.
So that was Abby Sabella who will go off.
Yeah, that's a tough yellow card early, but she earned it.
So 15:43 left. But I was going to say, Al, I thought Sayville, even on some of those balls that dropped on those attempted passes across the crease, they've picked them up as well. They've done a good job on the ground early in this game.
I think you could recognize they're a good team, and you recognize good teams by their tenacity on ground balls. They've been low, they've run through them.
So
this is the first mistake of the game. You don't want to take a yellow card. We're going to be man down here. Mount Sinai is going to be man down for 2 minutes.
And again, it's a Sayville team that, listen, you go through their front.
Oh boy.
And right away.
That will.
And that could kill it
immediately. That usually gave me heartburn when that happened. I can't lie. Just a little lackadaisical throwing the ball in, and Choma was just had her stick up in the passing lane quickly. You'll see Mount Sinai now.
Yeah, I think Sayville, obviously, with the extra player, they'll be a little bit more aggressive here, just challenging the ball.
Challenging the ball in their offensive end. I think once you get in, they have to be smart here and not attack the ball.
Sure.
It's too early in the game. I think at this point in time, you just, the card, you just got to let the card go. I've seen people extend in this situation. And what happens is you get run by, and you give up you give up some sort of transition.
Big ground ball picked up there. Another one that went on the carpet.
Yeah.
A big one by Sophia Mazzone.
Yeah, I just think you just got to sit on this right now, and that's that.
Yeah, no shot clock, no pressure.
And this thing is, these 2 are going to run at this kid. Now, what happens if this kid runs right by both of them? And then you have transition. It's early in the game. It's not like it's late in the game.
And there's Leah Floback, a tremendous dodger, dynamic lefty, 5'10", so quick.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? You run by somebody, and I wouldn't take a chance, but that's just me.
There's Millen.
That's that's a head strike.
So the foul was called, but as you see in the bottom right of your screen, the time ticking down. So there should be about 10 seconds or so left.
Yeah.
So great job by Mount Sinai, and as you mentioned, right, first opportunity.
Ooh, that's a big opportunity. I mean, you got to say to yourself, you're at least going to get a shot on goal. They're back to even strength, I believe.
Yes, they are. And in a game, too, Al, that we expect to be tight, those moments matter.
Those moments matter. That's a big one. So Sinai survived what could have been, an early game disaster,
And it has been a bit of an issue for them in the season. They've dealt with some yellow. In fact, their last game that they lost, that Harborfield's defeat, and that'll be a stick check.
Yeah, they turned around and they went man down. They had 4 cards, and they played man down the whole second half. But, at the end of the day, they've addressed them, and they addressed the team.
Look at Klein just finding her way through, shooting space again. So it'll be an 8-meter opportunity for Mount Sinai.
Very similar to the first time she moved in there. Sayville's doing a heck of a job collapsing on her. I think maybe if she would move the ball to the backside, they'd have an opportunity. They had so many people collapse on her. Yeah.
Klein switches, backs it out. Great defense by Sayville.
Yeah, they just got to be smart here. There's no shot clock. I'd hold on to the ball and wait for a really good opportunity, you know?
Well, that's a good place to start right here from X. Low shots, Belina. Switching angles. She gets her second, and it's Mount Sinai's first lead of the game.
Looks like she beat her cross crease.
And they saw her just kind of wrap around.
Yeah, she got her hands free, and she let the ball go. Nice shot.
Yeah, tremendous vision and lacrosse IQ, and as we've seen previous, just as much a threat as a feeder as she is a dodger.
You know, right now it's like, you know, when that ball's behind, they're kind of leaving that defender on an island against her, and I don't know. You know, I think you got to rethink that a little bit, because if she starts to take on a little bit more of a lead role there, it's going to be a long day, you know.
So her second, Carinante's got one. It's a 3-2 lead for Mount Sinai here in the first half. And another ground ball scooped up by Sayville. Courtney Thornton
on the ground ball.
So now let's see the response from Sayville. And again, feet to the crease. Oh, what a goal.
Oh, nice shot. Good answer.
And this is the first time that we've seen them really able to
push it,
get a goal on that feed to the crease.
Yep. They found the girl in the crease. That backside elbow was a little bit slow, and that's what happens.
Take a look again.
See, watch her slip in, and then she sits. Backside elbow was slow picking her up.
Didn't pick up the goal score. Let's see if it's announced. But 3-3 the score. Back to the draw. And it was Galaris with the goal. And Haas picks up the assist. So for Abby Galaris, her 17th goal of the year, Haas picks up assist number 25.
You know, and that was one of the things, you know, I always felt with his zone, is that you got to really get on that lefty quickly, because those lefties will find those right-handed kids in the crease quickly. You know, what happens, they slip the kid Galaris in, the elbow doesn't pick her up, and she was open on the back pipe.
Here's Restivo.
So you can watch how it develops. There's a...
So the cutter there.
Yeah, watch how it works. Just watch the backside.
There's a feed, turning and firing. She gets the contact, goal counts, and Sayville retakes their lead.
That was a really strong move by Haas. Well done. And she took the contact and put the ball away.
I'll show it to you again. The look by Restivo.
See, you know, not to get analytical here, but that left-handed kid.
That's your job.
Yeah, but I'm saying that left-handed kid has to be marked
there.
You know what I mean? You can't let her catch the ball, because she's going to have, you know, she got top side to the middle of the field. She has vision to the backside. You know, I think they gotta settle that down and start to hard mark her a little bit.
So Haas, 31st goal of the year. Restivo, her 14th or Haas's 31st goal. Yep, Restivo's 14th assist of the season. I want to shout out her dad, Steve, excellent athletic director at East Islip. Although today he's just a dad. He was an AD, took the drive from East Islip.
And now he's a dad.
Now he's a dad, yes.
Sometimes it's easy just to be a dad. Just enjoy the game.
That's it. And it's been a great one so far.
This has been good.
4-3 early lead for Sayville.
Draw controls here, my friend. Draw controls, possession.
Baffardi and Spallina pops up. Ground ball, and another one goes to Sayville.
Cliche number 2. Win the draw, rule the world. A lot of possessions right now.
And that was Baffardi working her way up.
Carinante with the foul just over the 30. They reset them. Let's see if they make any adjustment.
And another one, as this time attacking was Anna Meserve.
Left-handed too. I think they put a little pressure on the Haas kid. I think they're cutting her off behind, and she slips in there as a left-handed kid on that side. As a nice move by the Sayville staff.
Meserve backs it up.
Yeah. As you can see, they're locking off Hospital behind, I believe.
Secondary cutter.
Shooting space.
Yeah, that was Baffardi.
Yeah, slow to get there.
So you saw there, too, Restivo made that first cut.
Yep.
And you got to defend that, obviously, and
Yes.
then Baffardi came in from behind.
Yes, and what happens is the ball moves quickly to the backside, and you wind up with a 2-on-1, and then that kid gets called for shooting space coming off the elbow. So let's see what they do here. This is they elect to pull it out. They catch Millen for going a little too quick. They're going to reset them.
Maybe this is one that you do take. Let's see.
She looks like she's got her head down, yeah.
Baffardi to the cage. Fires. Great save by Flobeck.
That was a hell of a save. That could be a charge, yep. Got a charge call.
So 2 for $1. Great save. You get a charge call as well.
That's what Sarah's been doing for them this year. You know what I'm saying? She's come up with some acrobatic saves, and that was a good one,
Now a conversation among the officials. Watch it again. Got her stick up high.
Yep. I think she got just a little close at that point.
And the call stays. Sayville head coach Adam Snicken in our conversation said he kind of liked where they were this year at this point of the season. So look, we did graduate a lot of influential seniors a year ago, high impact players. So there were some question marks, especially with how quickly the younger players would acclimate. But he knew that it would take some time, maybe to gel, but they're playing at a nice level, he said, right now, which is really, really good.
Ooh, that's a slash. You got to call that.
And they did.
Yeah. But see what happens, they stop transition. It's really one of the rules of high school lacrosse that doesn't make any sense. If you're going to call that and stop play, then it should be a yellow card. You know what I'm saying? Because you took away transition. Sorry.
No, listen, and I hate to make the sport comparisons one to the other, but in the sport of soccer, that's called a professional foul, right?
Yeah.
Like you stop the transition, and that's always a yellow card in soccer.
High school rules are different than college rules and whatnot, but that's one of the rules that I consider one of the useless rules.
Here comes Flobeck. Backing her defender down.
Yeah.
And then you see the extension of arms, so there'll be a free position for Flobeck.
Let's see what flow goes underneath here. She ducks under this kid. She has a shot under. No, she got
hammered on her way there.
Yeah.
Another extension of arms.
Yeah, that was a hard foul too. All right, let's see what she's going to do now. Looks like she's setting up for a step down.
So here comes Flobeck again. Low
Stick-
shot, Lilienthal with the save.
Stick side low. They don't usually go. All right, good matchup here. I believe Thornton and Spallina.
Spallina
Oh,
spins, turns. Second defender does come. Feeds the crease. Turning there was Mazzone. Nice duck under. Klein. Denied.
oh, Lilienthal, what a good save. That should have been in. Oof. So they double Spallina. Spallina moves the ball to Flobeck. They move the ball to Carinante. Carinante finds Klein.
Look at that
open
clear
on the
by
backside.
Cangelosi. Now
Yeah.
some opportunity here.
Yeah, shooting space.
And a shooting space foul. But you mentioned it before.
Yeah.
Cangelosi, man, just similar to Carinante in her ability to clear.
She gets the ball up the field quickly. Mount Sinai got caught sleeping on that. Let's see what happens here.
Feed the crease. High shot. Flobeck the save. Denying Galaris.
That's another huge save.
2 for Flobeck. And we've said it. We've seen it as well. Other games has that ability to make the special saves.
This one's got to come back here on a trail.
See Blandy backing it up. They'll reverse course.
See, they're just choking everything off at the 40-yard line.
And there's Sabella.
Yeah, nice job. Nice job.
She'll
Well, that could have
play.
been a 2-goal swing right there. You know, you miss a shot down here, they go down the field and they score. But instead, you know, it stays as it is. Great save by Flo. But goalies, 2 good saves in a row. Lilienthal makes a good one on the doorstep, and Flobeck makes an acrobatic one.
So now Mount Sinai trailing 4-3 as we approach the final 4 minutes.
They're starting to give Spallina a little bit more attention. They're in a hard mark right here behind the cage, trying to prevent her from getting the ball. Leaving Flobeck one-on-one down on the wing right here.
And I think that is, you mentioned it before, I believe it is Thornton.
Yep.
And again, we expect to probably see that matchup. There's a shot.
And they lost possession on the end line.
Choma took the attempt.
No backup. Good ride here. Force it back.
Yeah, Olivia Redden, hands off. And there goes Delaney Lutz.
And Lucy Livingston drops the ball off.
Thought that was some good defending there.
It was. They wound up getting called for a push, which is usually inevitable on the sideline.
Neither team able to just yet get a multiple goal lead. Sayville is looking for that here on this possession. Cangelosi to Baffardi. Draws the double. The slide came and kicks it back out.
I know it's not entertaining lacrosse.
Oh, what a look! Inside netting.
Side net.
Meserve.
As I was saying, it's not very entertaining lacrosse, but I might have held on to the ball for the rest of the half. You know what I'm saying? Just taking the last shot. You know, there's no shot clock with the high school rules.
Now Sayville, their ride is just matching feet.
Yes.
Right? And making
Yeah.
Flobeck make a decision. She goes over the top. That's a good person to get it to. It's Spallina.
And she's going to have to run through a lot of sticks, though.
Oh, and lost it.
Yep.
Great defending by Abby Galaris with the stick check. Neither coach has used a timeout here in the first half. It's been a free-flowing one. Another stick check.
Ooh, that's a yellow card.
That'll be the second
Yeah, that's a
yellow
bad.
card of the first half.
It's number 3.
It'll be Sarah Blandy.
Yeah, that's a tough card to take, you know.
And right at, with 2:01 left,
You gotta stay poised there. I know she felt she got fouled, and then she felt that she had a good check, but you got to keep your control there.
And now you've got two of your starting 4 defenders, Savella and Blandy, with
a card trouble. Yeah, that's a problem.
So the last time we saw this, Sabella got a card, and then right away, Sayville threw the ball away.
Yep. Sayville can be very patient here. And
here's Thornton. So 2:01 on the clock. So they could take it right down to the ends on that 2-minute penalty.
As coaches, we preach emotional control. It's difficult at times, but, that's one that you just got it. You can't take that foul.
Cutting inside, firing to the cage, and there's the goal. Was that Haas?
Yeah, underneath Abby Sabella.
So it's a 5-3 lead, and again, Sayville stays man up.
Yeah,
watch it again.
Haas gets the ball behind. Mount Sinai's in there. They're in their man-down defense, so they're just playing a shell.
There she is right here.
Yeah, Haas takes the ball. Sabella picks her up below the goal line, beats her underneath. No secondary slide. That was an easy one.
Now how much there again, right? With Sabella having the yellow,
she
can't be as aggressive maybe as she would have liked to.
Yeah, I bet you they're telling her that she should have been staying on the goal line extended and not gone back there and giving her an opportunity to dodge.
So Haas is second of this first half, and it's a 2-goal lead for Sayville, 5-3 with 1:40 left in this first half. Big draw as well because you stay the player up, and great ground ball scooped up by Sabella. An important one as well because now if you can get the clear, you can hold on to the ball, maybe take a last shot in the final seconds to try to pull one back, but at least you'll get it to pretty much even.
Well, you're going to have to go with a 6-girl offense. They're going to have instantaneous backup. But what you got to do is you got to kind of get the ball on one side of the field, attempt your dodge, draw the extra defender to you, and then get the ball to the backside for a one-on-one attempt.
Here's Mazzone inside the final minute of the first half.
Yeah, I would think get the ball to your best dodger.
Flobeck, she's pretty good at that.
Yeah, I think Carinante's got the matchup, tell you the truth, and that's where they should go.
And there's Millen.
And I think they should stack opposite. Just give her the opportunity just to do it.
And there is Carinante. Her lone goal of this half came in a similar situation. She dodged from up top for an unassisted goal.
Yeah, well, we're thinking the same right here.
20.
Scoops it.
Throw it back to her.
Spallina feeds it across. There is Carinante. Quick ball movement. Goal line extended. Klein feeds the crease. Turning and getting hit.
That's a head strike. Could be a yellow card. Ooh, just calling a foul.
It was Flobeck who tried to duck under, still got hit. So a big 8-meter here, final 9 seconds. Flobeck, lefty shot. Looks like that was wide of the mark, and that's the final horn of the first half. It was a low-scoring, Al, but an entertaining.
Very entertaining game. It had a little bit of everything. We had, we had good play against the zone. We had some unsettled looks. We had some great defense, good draw control work, and great goalie play. So the one lone mistake here is the yellow card, which leads to a goal. Let's see what the second half has in store for us.
Yeah, two of the best teams in Suffolk County battling it out. It's Sayville and Mount Sinai, all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity.
We welcome you back to Mount Sinai. First half in the books. Second half just a couple minutes away. 5-3 the score for Sayville over Mount Sinai. This game sponsored by On Island Time, a premier grocery service specializing in creating a one-stop shop for all your vacation needs on Fire Island. We shop, transport, stock, and stow your home prior to your arrival. Enjoy the vacation that you've been waiting for as soon as you step foot on the island. Ready, set, let's go. Al, you need that, man. You got a vacation going, right? You've earned your vacation. You can't be worrying about where you're getting your groceries and bringing it on the ferry, right? Have On Island Time take care of that.
You got to take care of it, man. We don't want to do any shopping on vacation.
That's right. You want a nice ferry ride and then a nice relaxing time on Fire Island.
That's it. That's all we want. We want to go to Fire Island.
Before that, though, we have an upcoming schedule for Mount Sinai. Let's show that to you right now. The Mustangs, tough ones, right? West Hampton, trip out to the Hamptons for them. At Santa Mauritius as well, and then at Shoreham Wading River. That closes out the regular season. That is one of the reasons why this is certainly senior night and why this one is such a big one for Mount Sinai, and some difficult games ahead for the Mustangs. And we'll show you Sayville's upcoming schedule as well. For the Golden Flashes, they're home for Rocky Point at Compsawag, and that at Eastport South Manor. So no gimmies there as well.
Yeah, both teams have quite the end of the season. Although Mount Sinai's games are against Class C opponents, where Sayville picks up, some of those Class B opponents. It's still with the power rankings and whatnot. It all counts in the overall finish of the division. But Sinai's got a tough road with the C's.
Certainly do. And let's take a look at the most recent rankings that we have for you here. The Long Island Lacs rankings. You see at the very top, it's Bayport Blue Point, followed by Ward Millville off that win over Northport. Sorry, Al. North Shore following up. Garden City, Wantagh, St. Anthony's, Cold Spring Harbor, some big wins as well. West Hampton, William Floyd beating Ward Melville as well. You see them at number 9. Manhasset dropped a couple tough ones there at 11. And then you got these two teams back-to-back, 12 Mount Sinai, 13 Sayville. And rounding out the top 16, you've got Massapequa, West Islip, and Islip as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams there. On any given day, or depending on who's doing the rankings, it'll be kind of jumbled up a little bit. But these games down the stretch, they're pivotal for seeding and for home field advantage. I always felt here that, you played the regular season and you wanted, I wanted home field in the playoffs, until we got to the final.
And just before we have this draw, let's see if we can sneak in here the upcoming schedule, our broadcast schedule here. Here's some of the girls' games we got coming up. Good one between North Shore and Southside. And then St. Anthony's and Manhasset. I'll be on the call for that one along with Tracy Weiner. Always fun when St. Anthony's and Manhasset. And a great year for North Shore with the youngest and final Colbert sister, Kylie, just crushing it right now for the Vikings.
Kylie's outstanding, man. And you talk about a generational talent. She's one of those. Very difficult to stop.
So here we go. We switched back for Mount Sinai. It's Klein to take it, and Baffardi remains the lone draw control taker. Ground ball.
That was a good body ball.
And it's picked up again by Sayville. This is Cangelosi to do so.
She played that well off her body, boxed out, kept her nose over the ball.
Yeah, she's done really well. Tremendous speed, athleticism for Cangelosi. She can clear solo, as we've seen. She can get to the cage, has those fast feet, good first step, really good defender, as well as Sayville starts this second half now on attack.
They're kind of playing it straight again, not giving anybody any attention.
Balanced scoring, as expected, for the Golden Flashes in that first half. Taylor Haas with 2 and 1. Kelsey Restivo with 1 and 1. And then Galaris and Baffardi with a goal each.
Sayville, if you look at what's going on down low, they're running a little bit of a 3-man cycle around the cage with 4 up top. They're creating some openings.
And that one gets taken away.
Yeah, Choma came up with the loose ground ball.
And when she is at her best, she's involved in a big way on both sides of the ball. Does a lot of dirty work that you need.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of dirty work. I think she's got to get a little involved in the offense here. Going back to what we said at the half here, is I think they got to get a little bit of productivity out of some of these other kids. And I think Carinante's got to get going here a little bit, depending on the matchups.
And this is her with the ball up top.
She's drawing Baffardi That's the one right
Spallina,
there.
splitting defender. Spallina to the cage, and she finishes for her third.
Now he's going to call shooting space. That's the high school rule. Now the goal comes off the board, and then you award her a
All
shot.
right, I'm gonna take your spot here on that. You play the advantage and you give the goal.
Well, at the end of the day, you can't. It's another bad high school rule, especially if she doesn't score. I mean, luckily she scored, but and again, I love the game, and the game has been a big part of my life. But that's a particular rule that just
that's an advantage for the person fouling.
Yes. So so basically, what you're going to do is you're just going to keep telling your kid to foul. And is that what you want? No, we don't want that.
We didn't expect Spallina here to miss either. Look at the
great
velocity there, going low to high.
Yep.
So again, Spallina's third, 26th of the season.
That's a needed goal. Gets it back to a 1-goal game.
Sayville led right away. It was back and forth. Mount Sinai took a 1-goal lead. And then Sayville had the final 2 goals of the first half. They took their first 2-goal lead of the game going in the half. And as you mentioned, Spallina with her third, Carinante with the other for the Mustangs. And it's again a 1-goal lead as we go back to the draw control.
Yeah, this is another big one.
It's Baffardi and Spallina chasing it.
Yeah, loose.
Still loose.
Still loose. What are they calling? They're calling a foul on the sideline, and they're awarding the ball to Sayville.
I think the last player to track that down was Thornton.
Yeah, she's got it.
And here she comes. Thornton, as we mentioned before, Jacksonville commit. Very big shoes to fill. Tasha Najada was one of the best.
Yeah, she was. She was. Courtney, she's no slouch, though. I'll tell you that much. I watched the kid play for a number of years, like I told you. I thought she was a little bit under the radar, too.
Najada, just one of 2 All-Americans to come out of Sayville. Look to the crease. That was wide, and the backup was there.
They ran a little bit of a drag on that side and hit the ball, hit the girl coming from X again on a sneak underneath and just missed wide.
Sorry, I was going to say, Yajada at UPenn now was All-American a year ago, and the only other was in the Haas family, Brooke Haas, 2-time All-American 2020 and 2018. Now look to the crease on the firing attempt. Couldn't tell if Flobeck got a piece, but the backup was there.
Yeah, she got a piece of that. Just watch what they're doing down low. Watch the 3-man cycle through X. They're running like it's like a triangle cycle. 4 girls up top. Put some pressure on the zone.
Here comes Baffardi. When does the slide come her way? Baffardi.
Throw back. Watch one more for shooting space. Didn't get the call.
And now they do. Or at least an extension of arms.
Yeah, they get the foul there. They didn't get the shooting space call, but it was set up nice. They just, you could actually see it set up. There's another. Now a skip. Picked
intercepted at the crease.
Kid Schertzer, who's the backer in the defense.
But look out, aggressive ride, and it's taken away.
Nice job on the takeaway.
Yeah, give credit there.
Anna Meserve, nice job. Didn't give up on the play.
She's a great success story this year for Sayville. One of those players who, didn't get a lot of time last year and just kind of put her head down, got to work, and now she's playing every minute of every important game, and she's finishing her shots, which has been a big improvement in her game this year. But you see what she did there, too, against the ball.
Well, she's been showing up in the ride game all day. I mean, she really hustles to the ball.
Another feed to the crease, turning shot by Baffardi.
Yeah.
And Sayville has been consistent in that out, trying to
they've been trying
dodge from up top and dump it down low.
See, watch. See the kid in the elbow now, comes up, boom.
Baffardi backs it back out.
Again, boom. And now you're going to get called for the extension. I don't really know how you could argue that. I mean, it's like you knock the kid down with your arms out. That's a cross check,
So there's Baffardi.
See, at the college level, that wouldn't be a foul because they play lateral stick. they're allowed stick to body. You just can't, you can't cross-check. Here at the high school level, you can't.
Oh, did she go early?
Yeah, they're calling her early. And now they're going to do a do-over, and they're going to put
Unless it was the Mount Sinai player again.
Yeah, but if it was the Mount Sinai player, they'd be putting the Mount Sinai player behind.
Sure.
And they are now, see?
So again, Baffardi.
She's electing to play ball control.
Feeding the crease, turning and firing.
It's Haas again.
And
right?
Haas with her third.
Well, listen, I would think that they got to mark that young lady. I don't, if you don't mark her, she's gonna wind up open all the time coming off that edge,
See it again, Al.
Yeah, look, she's not marked.
Baffardi will back it out.
They've had similar problems during the year. I mean, they had similar problems with Rocky Point with their lefty down there.
And it was Farrell who fed the crease. So McKenna gets her first assist, 17th of the season. Haas with 3 gives her 33 on the year. And it's back to a 2-goal lead for the visitors.
I'm from the school of thought that you got to take the other team's best offensive player away and force them to beat you with.
So another draw control win for Sayville, and then the foul called. So Cangelosi will restart.
All right, now with a 2-goal lead, they can really milk the clock here, take their time. Force Mount Sinai to come out. There's really no rush for Sayville.
Baffardi just takes a quick jog across the crease.
See, there's the one cycle through. There's the second cycle.
No shot taken there by Galaris. Great
Shooting
acceleration by Haas. Haas to the cage, scores up high.
Did a nice job again protecting her stick, and then beat Flowback off stick side high in that traditional spot a lefty will go. And just like that, it's a 3-goal lead.
Biggest lead of the game for Sayville.
See where she beats her? Right up in that corner.
Well, there's plenty of book out there now for all these teams. Everyone does their work. Everyone's watching tape.
Yeah, but a lefty's advantage against the right-handed goalie is right there.
And now off that goal, that foul was called at the end as well, so no draw here. So free possession.
Yep. They got called for the knockdown after the goal. This is where it starts to unravel a little bit. You gotta kind of like regroup. You're not totally out of the game yet,
Looks like we'll have another free position opportunity.
This just falls underneath the auspices of just having a really nice zone plan. You know what I mean? And they're executing it. They've got their crease look. They've got their skip look. And they're finishing their free position shots, which is key. So if a team's going to take fouls, you got to make them pay. And they're making Mount Sinai pay right now.
Yeah, they've been really good. Sayville has on those free positions. See it again. Splitting defenders and scoring. as Mount Sinai calls a timeout.
Yeah, they got to regroup. And, there's no substitute, for experience. And sometimes, in those big moments, if you haven't been out there with all that pressure, things start to unravel a little bit. You got to be able to wrestle it back under control. You got to be able to regroup. Sinai's got to make a few adjustments right now. I'm thinking, and again, I'm going to say it again, I'm being redundant, as I think you got to take that lefty away. I think you got to make that a focal point. You got to stop her. You know what I'm saying? You got to put a little more pressure on the ball. You got to force them not to make an easy backside look for shooting space. But it all comes down to the draw circle. You need possessions.
Last year, these two teams met almost exactly a year ago, and Sayville had a 9-1 win on that day. Bella Graziano had 4 goals. Jordan Messina and Allie Riley with 2 and 1 apiece. Jess Harkleroad made 9 saves. Choma had the lone goal for Mount Sinai. Sarah Flobeck with 6 saves. But that was in the part of the season for Mount Sinai where you lost Alexis Spallina to injury, and it really took away a lot of kind of the juice of that offense for Mount Sinai, and the Mustangs ended up on a losing streak to end the season. They went 10-7. They won their first 6, 8 of their first 9, but then lost their final 5 games of the year.
Yeah, they struggled down the stretch. Injuries didn't help. It was one of those things. Just the wrong time of the year to kind of for the trains to come off the tracks. And
then conversely, Sayville went 14-3. They lost to Shoreham Wading River 8-4 in the Suffolk Class C semifinals. We mentioned before Messina. Well, she's now an attacker at Yale. You had Bridget Manning on that team. She's at Jacksonville now. Allie Riley at West Point. Yajada, we said before, UPenn, Harkleroad to St. Leo. So that's exactly what Adam Snitkin was saying. A lot of players who not only were high-level players and obviously college-ready players, but also leaders in that team. So it's been a transition there for Sayville this year, but clearly they've been able to weather that storm really well, and they're in the midst of a 7-game winning streak.
If you study the season and you study the players, Bayport's got a veteran 2023 class, a senior class, but you'll find that most are full of really great 9th and 10th grade talent. It's really a youth movement in the county, and just about all over the whole island.
And certainly Sayville is no different, right? You mentioned Baffardi, obviously Lilienthal, both are freshmen.
Yeah.
You've got a sophomore in Lucy Livingston.
Yeah, they're all high-level kids.
Abby Galaris is a sophomore.
Yep. No, the 25 and 26 class, the 9th and 10th grade class, is very, very good. Sayville's got a lot of good young kids, even sitting on the sideline. They're going to be very good in the years to come as well, for many years.
Got the youngest Messina there as well, Jenna Messina.
Yep.
As that was a big draw control off the timeout for Mount Sinai, won by Klein.
They needed that one. They need a goal here. This is big.
But also you can't force anything, right? You need a goal, but it's got to come in the right way.
Got to come in the right way. You got to be patient,
So it starts here at X.
You can see Thornton right here working hard. She let Spallina get the ball. So now you got a straight-up one-on-one. Spallina goes to the X.
They see the recognition as well. The secondary defender comes. Good look by Spallina, firing to the cage.
Oh, just missed. Kaylee Carinante on the backside cut. Oh, that was a good one. Nice job.
That's what we said, too, about Spallina, how dangerous she is.
End line play here. They're doubling the ball, Sayville, forcing her to get rid of the ball.
So who else will step up here? Carinante up top. Spallina off the carpet. Low shot.
Hit the pipe.
Off the pipe. Great.
Can you imagine? Oh, my God.
Second chance. Spallina fakes it.
This is a matchup.
Spallina goes to X, and it's Carinante up top.
Oh, I think she had the matchup.
Bellina directing traffic from back there.
This is a pretty good matchup as well. They run the double quickly.
Here's Choma.
He's got to move the ball. All right, through X.
Carinante, another opportunity.
Yeah, she got fouled. That affected the shot. She's going to get a free position.
She's got a goal in the first half.
She's got to put this one away. She's a pretty decent free position shooter. Let's see if she elects to run it in. See if she does that little duck under the stick side pressure. She elects for the early shot.
And Lilienthal makes the
Lilienthal
save.
just stalemates her, man. Stonewall. Leads the transition down the other way.
Sayville's got numbers.
Oh, they threw it away. Oh, they save it.
Good hustle to keep it in by Haas.
You know, Mount Sinai is going to go back to this film, and no matter what's been going on, a little bit of the difference right now, other than some of the draw controls, Dylan, is like Mount Sinai just hasn't made their free position shots.
Yeah, and Sayville has.
And Sayville has.
Sometimes it's a simple game.
And, you know, with everything that transpires, it's the reality, you know. So Mount Sinai now, they're in a position they got to start to extend a little bit, you know.
And it results here in a turnover. And here comes
They can use it. They can use an easy one here if they can get one.
Sabella.
Yeah.
So now another opportunity for Mount Sinai to slice into this deficit.
Yeah, they got time. They just gotta get a good shot on goal here. You
Last
know?
possession, you had to hit a pipe. You had an 8-meter saved. So the chances were there. On the flip, taken away. And it's Thornton again.
Fast break right here. They run it right.
Thornton, one more to X.
Yeah, I thought they should have kept it on the other side of the field. They had a classic L break.
There's Anna Meserve.
Yeah, there's a veteran leader just going to hold on to the ball. You got a 4-goal lead. Old Coach Burt would have these guys in spread red right now, man. It would be over.
There is no radio here up in there's no walkie-talkie in the press box. So
No.
can't get that message across to the sideline.
No. Hey, listen, I learned from Kelly and Monte Hiller, man. If you have the ball, they can't score. That's the way it goes.
That's it.
Until you put the shot clock in. See? They're smart. You got to make them extend.
Haas this year, look, she's always been a scorer, as we see here this afternoon as well, with 4. But she's become such a more well-rounded player, and that comes with experience and youth. I mean, and getting older as well.
I'm going to tell you, I've been very impressed with her. I've seen her development. I mean, I've watched her play on her 223 Yellow Jacket team. But she's got an expanded game right now. She's not just a dodger. You know, she's an off-ball kid. She rides real well. She gets involved. You know, I'm very impressed by her. And I think she's been a difference maker here today, you know?
Yeah, not just obviously with her 4 goals and an assist, but the movement, the recognition, too, that she's going to draw defenders and being unselfish. Another 8-meter opportunity.
Yeah. All right, they're going to call a secondary foul on a stick side pressure.
Kind of thought that was one of those, too, considering the time and score. Maybe you back it out again. And I mean, not this one necessarily, but I mean the
I would agree with you. I mean, but again, a lot of times a coach looks at a kid's shooting percentage, and if they can put it away.
How about that save by Flowback? Got
low.
low.
That was a good one, man.
And now Sayville with the aggressive ride. Here's Choma.
Yeah, she's really had a really good comeback year, man.
Yeah, those ACL injuries So it's great to see her back out there.
Yeah, I tell you what, it wasn't easy for her. I mean, she struggled, and you love to see a kid, come back and have the kind of success that she's having,
Here's the freshman.
Romeo, she's
3 goals on the year. Here she is. Original plan was to play her on D, but she's been doing so well on offense, the plan changed, and she's been a two-way midi. Flobeck.
all right. I would just say at this point in time, I think you got to get this one, right, Dylan?
You would think with under 9, deficit being 4.
So she's on a good hash. If she can just body out here, get the stick free. All right, she got a good jump. And she's going to get another foul. She's going to get the better hash. But this is like, Jenny Levy has talked about this, following, changing, potential changes of the rules. Right now, there's no disadvantage to fouling her. You still get stick side pressure and on both sides, and the kid gets to run into a check again.
And there's the goal by Flobeck.
That was a clutch goal. But you know what I'm saying? It's
Absolutely, yeah.
So what happens is, first of all, you get fouled. Then you get to go back to the line. You get fouled again, and you still have somebody on your stick side.
Here it is again by Flobeck, a big one.
Yeah, see how she freed up her stick finally?
And when she goes overhand, that's 5'10" going overhand.
And they tell her that all the time, too. Don't fall into that trap with dropping your stick and whatnot. Use your height to your advantage. Stay with the overhand shot. This game's not over. Big draw here. If they can cut this thing to 2, they're gonna make a run at it,
So Flobeck's first of the game, 24th of the season. Another player whose lacrosse IQ has gotten better this season. And now it's Klein and Baffardi at the circle. Big draw control here. It's up in the air. Who gets it? Spalina.
That's a big draw control. All right. You've got to be patient. Still not in a panic mode here. You can get a quality possession and wait. I'm a big matchup guy. So, it's like I would be looking for the best matchup I felt we had. They're going to mark Spalina, so you could get her involved with some picks and screens to free herself up and also free up the ball.
That's Thornton on her again.
They're running a little double stack on the elbow. All right.
And he gets loose. Turns on Thornton. Tries to get top side. Switches. Gets hammered. No foul. She's still down. And now the official will stop the clock with Spalina down. So not dissimilar, I think, to the sport of basketball, right? You thought charge. Others here thought that was a foul the other way.
Either way, what I'm saying? I just, what it is with me is anytime you kind of lower your shoulder and you drive in there, it could be either or. That's the thing. I would just like to see them maybe when they get her the ball, let's clear out a lane and what the double's going to come, give her an opportunity to move the ball twice to the backside maybe.
So you see Spalina having to go to the sideline.
Yeah, she got banged.
7:04 remaining here, second half. A pivotal game here in Suffolk Class C.
All right, so down here defensively, they're just kind of packing their zone.
Couldn't tell there was a yellow the other way, but in arguing that call, perhaps.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there might be a yellow, Dylan.
Yeah, I'm looking over at the table. There's a player there serving it, it looks like. And talk about a momentum shift. And now really Sayville could just take the air out of the ball.
Yeah, take a full 2 minutes off the clock.
And we mentioned it before, yellow cards have been a concern for Mount Sinai this year.
You know, I mean, I think they've wrestled it under control. I just think there's a lot of pressure today, and when there's a lot of pressure, kids, they respond, you know, a little bit differently. You got to keep your emotional control, you know, and you got to maintain your poise and your discipline.
Now, there's zero reason right now for Sayville to do anything towards the cage.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, Mount Sinai's in a no-win scenario here. If they extend,
which they're going to try to do, it looks like here.
You got to be careful with it too. You got to go out in little bits. It's hard enough when you're 7-on-7. You know, when you're 7-on-6, if you go out too fast too soon, you're going to leave a real easy backside look like
There's
that.
Haas, jump shot. Similar, Al, to what we saw earlier, right? She took her defender behind the cage, cut inside, and then the jump shot for her 5th.
And I believe that was Abby Sabella again. Got caught behind the goal line, extended.
Right there.
Yeah, and she got beat underneath again. You know, I mean, very similar.
So Haas has had the most of that matchup. 5-1 today for the Johns Hopkins bound senior.
Well, safe to say that just, you know, when it comes down to it, you know, they just capitalize Sayville.
Yeah, a lot of those intangibles, too, they've done a great job. I mentioned winning draws as Baffardi wins this one as well. They've done a great job on the ground. They've capitalized on 8-meter opportunities.
Yeah, I mean,
gotten some big saves from Lindenthal when they needed them.
I'm from the school of thought that, you know, and we've talked about this before. You're somebody's leading scorer, and you come here to play us, that we were gonna shut you down. We were gonna make you do something else. And I think from a defensive standpoint, I think you have to be like that.
And now Haas feeds Baffardi.
Yeah, it's just, you know, the wheels came off the bus right now.
So Baffardi's second, Haas's second assist.
Yeah.
And to that point, Al, Sayville's leading scorer, you know, it's arguable is Taylor Haas the best player, is it Baffardi, but certainly the most influential senior on this team, Haas. She's got 7 and 2, so that's of the 10 goals, she's had a direct contribution on 7 of those, and that's exactly what you're saying.
And this is not a knock on anybody, because everybody has their own, you know, defensive philosophies and things like that. It's just I'm just giving you my philosophy. My philosophy is, in athletics, no matter what it was, if it was football and it was a great running back and a great running game, we were going to pack it. We were going to play goal line. We were going to do different things. In this game, I made a living. My team's made a living on taking away the other team's best scorer and best quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that's when you come into a game of this magnitude, that's one of the things that you could say is, like, number one is that kid's not going to hurt you.
And Baffardi wins the draw. And listen, that recipe, no doubt, a good reason why, you know, under your watch, 6 Suffolk titles, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, and 18, those 5 LICs as well, those 3 state championships.
Yeah, we had a good run. We had good kids. You know, we had a good thing going, and they still have a good thing going over here. It's just, you know, the county's a lot more balanced now. You know, everybody's doing work. I mean, there was a time here that, you know, not everybody was putting in the work that we were putting in. Now everybody puts in the work. There's a lot more parity out there. So,
as Nitkin said, that's that championship pedigree doesn't go away. And obviously, too, when you've got players who have won those games, as Mount Sinai does, two who have played for you, that continues on with them as well. And that was one of his concerns coming here about knowing, the culture that certainly you helped build here, and it continues. That you've got to you're in for a battle for 50 minutes.
Yeah, and the game just got away from them a little bit. You know what I mean? And it got away from them with there are controllables and there are uncontrollables in athletics. You can't control the officials. You can't control some of the circumstances, but you can control some of these other things. Your emotional control, you have to control. You can't take yellow cards. You've got to have you've got to be able to play within your system and within your role.
Attempt there by Meserve.
Yeah, it was a good save by Flowback.
And it stays with Sayville. And certainly give credit to Sayville. They have looked the part of a contender. Again, just the 2 losses on the season for Sayville. One to Bayport Blue Point, another feed to the crease, and we'll back it out from there. That was a 9-3 loss, and then a 1-goal loss to Islip. That game was on April 4th. Since they have not lost.
Yeah, they're probably in a really, really good position here. They're going to probably, I think, looking at the schedule, do they play West Hampton or they already played West Hampton? They already played West Hampton, right? And they beat West Hampton.
They did, yep.
This could give them the 2 seed. You know what I'm saying?
That was a 9-8 win back on April 11th.
Yeah, I think if they're the 2 seed, they're gonna be in the driver's seat for the 2 seed. Depending on how Rocky Point finishes up.
Just 2 county titles for Sayville. Both came in the B. That was in 2009 and 2014 when they beat Becky Thorne's ESM 5-3. Inside 2 minutes now. And we said it before, when you look at the starting 7, right, on attack for Sayville, every one of those players in double-digit scoring. So it's a very, very balanced attack, certainly led by Haas.
Yeah, but when you put your thumbprint on one kid having 9 points, towards the 10 or 8 points towards the 10, it's like if these guys were going to play again, and it could happen. You know what I mean? It's it could be the 2-3 game, and I would think they would have to have a game plan for the Haas kid.
Approaching the final minute now of regulation time.
1 minute.
Big second half for Sayville.
Yeah, they didn't make any mistakes, Dylan. You know what I'm saying?
And one of those big wins on the schedule, no doubt, for Sayville. And, you revisit Snitkin's 3 keys, right? Play smart, disciplined defense.
Yeah.
They've done that. They've limited turnovers, and they've definitely been smart and patient on offense. And even, like I said, when balls were on the ground that were fed to the crease, they were still able to pick up some of those big round balls.
Yeah, and I thought the goalie made a couple of very timely saves,
No reason to tack on here for Sayville. That'll just back things up. And they will take this 10-5 win. Big victory.
Good win for Sayville. Mount Sinai will learn from this game, and move on. They're still in position to, seed highly in the playoffs. But I thought it was a very entertaining game.
So Mount Sinai, they fall to 7-4. Their 4-game winning streak is snapped. They had 3 goals from Alexis Spalina, one apiece from Leah Flobeck and Kaylee Carinante. And Sayville, their winning streak is now at 8. And Taylor Haas led the way for the Golden Flashes with 5 goals, 2 assists. You had 2 goals from Sophia Baffardi, a goal and an assist by McKenna Farrell, as well as Kelsey Restivo, and 1 goal from Abby Galaris as well.
Yeah, they did a really nice job down there. They were really patient against the Mount Sinai zone. They got some good looks. But ultimately, you're going to say it again, and this is in stereo and in quadrophenia, is they made their free position shots. You know what I'm saying? So, even in a 10-5 game, Mount Sinai, if they put up a couple more, free position shots, if they hold Sayville to 2 less, it's still a game. You know what I mean? Either way.
Let's take a look before we go at our upcoming girls lacrosse sportscast schedule. And then there's a battle of coasts. It's North Shore against South Side. And then we've got 2 of our teams in the Varsity Media Sweet 16. St. Anthony's heading to Manhasset. Those are also 2 defending state champions as well. That should be a fun one on May 11th. So that should do it here from Mount Sinai. Again, the final score. Sayville, 10-5 winners. Want to thank our entire crew, our executive producer, Ben Turchin, our technical director, AJ Nieves, on cameras, Tony Damaso and Becca Kazaks. For my broadcast partner, Al Bertolone, Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from Mount Sinai, and we'll see you next time right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Take care, my friend.